All right, guys, welcome back again, guys. Alrighty. So what do I have here? Today I am going to show you guys this application. I call it NG Commerce. I'm using Angular and I'm calling an external API. So let me show you what the application can do. Okay. So first I have, this is a list of items. I'm calling to external API and I can select by categories. I can use fashion. I can click jewelries. I can click all products. I can search by shirts. See, I can do that. I can clear it out. I can click on the cart. See, right now it's empty. I can go back to the shop. Uh, I can add up items to the cart. Like, let me show you guys. That's one item, 3 items, 4 items. And I can go to the cart and it gives you the picture, the item, pretty much it gives you everything, and you can delete it individually, or you can delete. Let me go back again to shop more. Let me add up again more items. So I got 5 items, and if I want to empty the cart, boom, it's gone. And I can always go back to the home page, and you're welcome to check it out. This is actually live, and this is the link. So you guys can check it on your own. So what are we gonna need? We're gonna need a editor. I'm using VS Code. You're gonna need Angular installed on your machine, and also you're gonna need Angular Bootstrap. So let me go ahead and close this up right here, and let's go ahead and let me go ahead and open my CMD right here. And if you never worked with Angular before, let me show you guys what you guys got to do. Oh, not that's not it. All right, here it is. Let me open it up. So if you never had it installed on your computer, you can install it globally right here. I already have it on my machine. In order to install it, you're going to need also Node installed on your machine, which is this one. Yes. So right here. So I already have it installed on my computer, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to jump into create a new project, which is right here. You can actually do ng new and whatever you're going to call your project. So that's what I'm going to do. I already picked the location where I'm going to do it, ng new, and I'm going to call this one ng commerce. And I am going to hit enter. It's going to ask you a couple questions, and I'm going to start building. So it's asking for routing. Yes, we are going to hit yes. I'm going to select CSS, and it's going to build up. It's going to take a minute, so I'll be right back. All right, so it created, so I am going to select, I'm going to do CD ng commerce. So then I am going to open it on, what you can do is to open it on your VS Code. If you're using VS Code, you can do type in code space dot and hit enter, and that's going to open it in VS Code. So I'm going to go ahead and close these pages here. I'm going to close this one here. Let me move my VS Code over here to this page. Let me go ahead and close this one. Let me open up the terminal, the command, the CLI right here. I'm going to open it up over here. Usually when you first start up when it first starts up, it takes a little bit. Okay, so I have it here. Well, the first thing I am going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and in order to run it, you have to hit ng search. So that's going to build the application. And also I am going to show you guys, it's going to ask a question. I'm always say yes. Okay. That's going to take a second. So the next thing, once it builds up and opens up in localhost 4200, it's just taking a little bit. 1 second. Okay, so build up, you can hit control and hover with the mouse and hit and click on that. It will open up in localhost 4200. Probably seen it before, what it looks like. So here's, this is the template that it gives you. you can actually click on these links. You can find it on your own, read it on your own time. So you can actually use Angular material, but for this project, we're gonna use Bootstrap. So let's get rolling with that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and what it says, do you want to enable handover API? Yes. We'll do that later. Okay, cool. All right, so here I am going to go ahead and stop the application, and I am going to go ahead and install Angular Bootstrap because we're going to need this right here. So reading the documentation here, it says in order to add it to the Angular application, you have to you can manually do it, or you can actually let Angular do the whole installation, which that's what I'm going to do. I am going to copy this one, and I'm going to drag it here. Go ahead and get it installed. I also want to install Font Awesome, which that's going to be next. And this should not take too long. And do you want to proceed? Yes. And that is going to install. Let's go here to says what Angular JSON. That is gonna it's gonna create some links over here where it says style. Let me go back over here. Yeah, right there. See, magically, it just appeared right there. Cool. So that is what it's gonna do. And once it finishes here, I'm gonna go ahead and install Font Awesome. And then we'll start creating new components. So that's just taking a little bit too long. Oh, okay. Okay, finished. All right. So then I'm gonna do npm install, and that's I'm gonna do Font Awesome. Okay, so that's gonna do that. So right out of the box, we have index HTML, and then we also have the app module, which all the packages, or this is pretty much where you import all the packages. This is where you're going to import, and then the rest of the application, I can access all the components from there. The components, the services, everything can be accessed from here. So, all right. So the first thing I want to do, I am going to go ahead and let me see what our next one we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get rid of the whatever the template gives you from the box. We're going to get rid of that. And here what we're going to do is we're going to create some components. So let's do that. We're going to create 3 components. One of them is going to be headers, the other one's going to be products, and then the other one's going to be cart. So let me do that. ng generate components, and this one is going to be, it's going to be inside this folder components, and this one's going to be called headers. And I'm going to skip the test because we don't want to, I'm not doing any testing here. All right. So that's going to be the first component. So it's going to create a right over here. See, right there. Perfect. So that's that. And the next one is going to be inside the components is going to be the products. So let's do products. Okay, so that's that. Again, we're going to skip the test, and then we're going to do one for the cart. So let's do that real fast. Okay. And then we actually going to create another folder for the services. The services, it's going to be, that's how we're going to access the API, and then we're going to be able to inject it into the components. You don't want to have, you don't want to access the API directly in your components. You want to keep the components on one side and the service on the other side, because you might want to inject it to different components, the API. So, okay, so that's that. So let's go ahead and create a service. So we're going to do ng, what did I call it? Let me see. Oh, I call the API ng generate service, and this one is going to be inside a folder. Let's call this services, just like that. And this one is going to be called API, and we want to do a skip the test like that. Then we're going to do one more after that, which is going to be the cart service. So let's do that. Okay. And we'll start working on the next one will be the routing right here. So let's work on that real quick. Let's go in here. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to pass the we're going to pass the app header like that, and we're going to do router outlet just like that. So then we jump into the router, and here we are going to create the path. So we're going to create one for path, and this one's going to be empty. Let me do that. Empty, and this one is going to be what did I call it? Give me a second to check this out real fast. Oh, this one I did not do. So yeah, this one here I wanted to redirect it to products. I thought I had it to the homes, but no, it's to the products. And you want to do is path match, and you want to do full. Okay, so and then another path right here, we want to do is this one, we want to send it to products. Hold on, let me see, products. And here we want to pass the component. And this one is going to be the product component. Products, product components. And then the last one is going to be the cart. So here's going to be cart. And of course, you want to pass the component here. And this one's going to be cart component. That's it for that. All right, cool. So the very first thing I want to do next is I want to go to the API service, but we're going to have to import a module here, which is going to be called the HTTP client module. And let me see if I can import it. No, I cannot not import it. So I'm gonna bring it up here on the top. And I am going to type it up here. It says HTTP client module. And this one is coming directly from Angular. And this one is going to be Angular common HTTP, like that. And boom, the error, it's gone. And okay, what else? We want to do the forms. We want to pass the forms module too. So that, for some reason, imported automatically. So, okay, so now that we have that, we can actually go to over here to the constructor, to the service, and we can actually go ahead and call the API. So let me remember the URL. So we're going to create here a property, and that's how we're going to access the API. Man, I messed up. Okay, so here, let me copy the API. Let me copy the API right here. Yeah, that's the one. All right, so here we want to do is we want to inject inside the constructor. We want to do private, and we want to call it HTTP. And this one is going to be, it's going to come from HTTP client. Okay, so why do I have error? Oh, because I'm not using it. If you hover that, it says properly is declared, but the value is never read. Okay, no problem. We're going to read it now. So the next thing I want to do is get, this is going to be a function here I'm going to create, and this one's going to be called get product. So on this one here, from the service, you always want to return it. So I want to do this HTTP, which is the name of the constructor here, and you want to use the get method. So this one I'm going to make it type any, and I'm going to pass the base URL. And you want to do is, I want to use the pipe, and I am going to map it. Let me use the map here, and I am going to pass the, I'm going to pass the response, and I'm going to make it type any. Hold on, like that. I'm going to use the arrow function. And here, oh, I forgot to bring the, import the RxJS operators. So I'm going to do that. See, there it's gone. So now I want to return the response. And here, what I want to do is I want to pass an error. And okay, and I want to console log this. So that way, if I have any errors, I'll be able to see it. Okay. This here took me a while to figure out why it was all of a sudden popping up there. So in order to get rid of that, over here, you have to go to, it says tsconfig, and I am going to change that to false. The strict is kicking on. So once it, yeah, see now, now it went away. Okay, cool. So now that we have the response, so we can actually go and let me see here. So now we have that. Let's work on the header. Let's do the header real fast. This is, hold on. Sorry about that. This was actually supposed to be inside here, inside the app module. For some reason, I did it on the header. Okay, so remember, that's supposed to be inside the app module, not inside the header. Okay, so back to the header. I am going to, I have some HTML here that I already have it ready to go. I'm going to copy it. So that way we can skip that part. All right, guys. So I have it here. This is the HTML here. Don't worry, I'll share that with you guys so that way you guys can actually see it. All right, so this is the HTML. It's just a Bootstrap, not Bark normal, and also using Phone Awesome. So I build it up, and let me show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so this is the top, and for some reason, it's the Phone Awesome is not coming through, and I think I know why, because I forgot to import it here into the into the Angular JSON here. So here we have to import it. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So let's do no modules, and this one is going to be Phone Awesome. And I think it's CSS, and it's going to do the minimize. I'm sorry, the min CSS. Okay. All right, so I have that imported. Let's see if it works now. Let's go ahead and refresh this. No, I might have to go ahead and stop the application in order to rebuild. All right, so let's do ng serve. Cool beans is working. All right, this is going to take a bit. Let's see if it builds. Okay, so I had to rebuild it, and let me go ahead and close some of these pages here. We don't need this one anymore. So let's go ahead and close that. Yeah. All right, so it's working. See, the little icons are popping up there. So if I click, oh, and also here, let's go ahead and close some of these pages. Let's clean up the work area first. All right, so let's go ahead and close these. So let's go back to the header inside the component. And here, let me go ahead and add up the router link. Okay, cool. So that's that. So let's go back over here. Yeah, it built already. So, all right. So if I click over here, yeah, see it changed to the cart. If I go back over here, it goes back to the product. Okay. So now I want to go ahead and work in the product here. So let's actually, let me see if I put it in CSS. Let me see, hold on. No, I don't have anything there yet because we have to. Okay, so let's bring the products first. So let's work in inside the HTML. Let's do that over here. So since we already got the service, so let's go ahead and inject it in here. Okay. So let's go ahead and work on inside the product. So first thing I want to do is I am going to implement And this one, I'm going to pass the on init. And inside here, we want to pass a constructor. So that way we can inject it inside the component. And here, what I want to do is it's going to need ng on init right there. So we're going to create a couple properties here. Okay, so inside here, we want to do is we want to pass, we want to call this one, we want to make it public. So this one's going to it's going to be called product. And this is going to be the list. And I am going to make it type any. Okay, so, and then here I am going to do public. And this one's going to be for filtering, filter category. This one's going to be type any. And this is going to be used for the search key. And this is going to be a string. And we want to put it empty so that it stays blank at the beginning. So then we want to pass public. And this is going to be search term. And it's going to be type of string. And inside the constructor, we want to pass a private API. So that way nobody, only you can access this. So this one's going to be coming from the API service. And let me see, that's going to be it for now. And here, what I want to do is I am going to do this API, get products, and then I am going to subscribe to this API. So I'm going to do subscribe, and I'm going to use the response. And then I'm going to pass this product list. I'm going to make it equal to the response. That's it for now. So now I want to see if I get any response. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to use the ng4. Okay, so let's do ul, let's do li. Inside here, we want to do the ng4. Okay, so let items, and then this one is going to be from, it's called product list. And inside there, we have, what do we have there? We have it's going to be an item, and it's going to be the name. And let's do, I think it's title, if I'm mistaken. Title, and item, and this is going to be the price. So let's pass those two. So let's go back to the application. See, it's passing the title, and it's also passing the price. So I'm trying to see if I have any errors. No, I don't have any errors. All right, so cool. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and bring the template for the. I have a template that I'm using already, so I don't have to worry about the CSS and all the stuff. So we're going to go ahead and import that into inside the product, the HTML. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so I have the HTML here that I copy it from the repo here. This is the header. This is where you'll be selecting the categories. It's like all the products, and by electronics, by fashion, by jewelry. This is going to be the search. And here is going to be where all the product is going to come through. So in this here, we're going to use the ng4. And all right, so let's work on that. Let's work on that. So let's go back to the product TS, and let's go ahead and add up more stuff to it. All right, so let's work on that real fast. All right, so here we want to add up more properties here to this. So the next one we want to do is we're going to use this category, filter category, and we want to make that equal to the response. And here, what we want to do is we want to do this product list. We want to use the for each. And here, We want to pass that any, and we want to do is, let's do a if function, and this is going to be if a category category is equal to woman's, I'm sorry, hold on, let me do that with this woman's clothing, or is a category is equal to men's clothing. So if it's equals to that, then we want to pass a category is equal to fashion. Okay. So, and then we're going to pass here, we want to pass an object. This is going to be for the adding stuff to the cart. So here we want to use assign, and we want to do a, it's the quantity, the quantity is to 1, and the total is going to be a dot price. Like that. This is when we adding to the cart. Okay, so now here let's do console log. Let's console log, and we want to console log the product list. All right, so we have that. Let me see. The next thing I want to do is you want to here, let's create a function, and this one here is going to be called the we want to call this one filter. And here you want to pass category, and this one's going to be a string. And then we want to do this filter category is equal to this product list. Okay, and then you want to filter, want to pass the filter function, and you want to make it a type any if category. Now we want to pass if category is equal to category, or category is equal to empty. You want to return a. Cool. Since we're already here in the product, let's do also the search. And this one, let's pass, we're going to pass an event, and this one's going to be type any. And here we want to do this search, the search term, whatever search term it is, you want to do is you want to pass an event, and you want to target this. You want to target as HTML input element. HTML input element. And you want to do is grab the value. Okay. So then let's console log. And you want to console log this search term. And now I guess we can focus about creating the car service. So let's jump into that. Let's work on the car service now. So we can come back and add a more functionality to the application. So let's work on this. All right, cool. So here inside this car service, we want to declare some properties again. This one, I'm going to need one for the car item. This is the car item list. This is going to be type any. Let's make that equal to an empty array. And let's create another one for the product list. We need one for that. And this one's going to be, we're going to use the behavior subject. And let's make this one type any. Let's put that one there, an array. Now let's look for the search. So that way we can search for properties. So this one is going to be new behaviors subject. And this one is going to be in a string. And it's going to be empty one. And inside the constructor, we don't have to pass anything here. So let's do get products. And here we want to do is return this product list as observable. And here you want to set the product list. Actually set the product, and let's make this one product, type product, and let's make it type any. This is going to be used for the cart too. So we want to do this cart item list, and we want to push to the cart. So we want to push the product. And then we want to do is this product list. You want to do next. And we want to do what we passing is, of course, the product. Everything is about the product. Okay, so now we got to create one for add to the cart, add to cart. And what are we adding to the cart? It's the product. So we want to make that one type any. And here we want to do this cart item list. We want to push, we're adding to the cart and we're pushing the product. Then we want to do this product list. I want to do next, and it's going to be the cart item list. This cart item list. And then we want to do this get total. We want to get the total price. This one we have to create, of course, this. Let's cancel log this so we can see what we get from the cart list item. Okay, so let's go ahead and create this one, get total price. Let's create that one. And this is going to be a number. So let's go ahead and declare a variable. So this one is going to be called get grand total. And let's make this one equal to 0. Because we want it to start at 0 and then from there go up on there. So here let's use because we want to get the cart list cart item list. We want to map it, and it's going to be 8 type any. Ooh. We want to go ahead and map this one, and we want to grab the grand total and want to make it plus or equal to a total. And then we want to return, once we get that, we want to return the grand total. Okay, so that's, and now we want to work on the remove. We want to remove the items from the cart. So we want to remove cart item. And what are we removing? We're removing the product. So, and then this one is going to be type any. So we're going to use the splice. So first we want to go ahead and get the cart items, of course, cart item list. And we want to go ahead and map it. And it's going to be a type any. And we want to do the index. We want to use the arrow function there. So we want to do if product ID is equals to the AID, then you want to do is this cart item list. You want to splice it, and you want to grab the index and want to take 1 out. Oh, then you want to do this product list next, and you want to do this card list. Oh, this card list. I'm sorry, card item list. So here what we're going to do is grab the product list and you want to go into the card list item. Okay, so all right, so now let's do remove it all. Remove all cards. We want to remove all the items from the card. We don't have to pass product in there because we want to remove all of them. Okay, so then we want to do this card item list. And this one you want to make it to an empty array because we want to remove them all. And then once you remove them all, then you want to do this product list. And you want to do next, and then you want to return card item list once it gets removed. All right. So now that we have all the functions there for the card service, we can go back to the product and we go ahead and input more stuff. Now we can actually input the card service here. So you want to do private. And this one you want to call it card. Well, I can call it card service. You can call it whatever you want. So here you want to do card service. Did I call it card service? Let me see. Hold on. I think I called it differently. Private data card service. Yeah, that's what I call it. I call it card service. All right. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. All right. So here, because it's red like that because we're not using it yet. It's been declared, but we're not using it. All right. So here we want to do is create a function, and this one is going to be called add to cart. And it's going to be an item, and this is going to be type any. And it's going to be this cart service, and it's going to be add to cart. And what are we adding? We're adding the item. Okay. Cool. So that's that. Okay, so now, because we already implemented inside the service, the search. So here we want to do this cart service, and you want to do search, and you want to do next. And here you want to do this search, the term, whatever you type in, you're searching for. Okay. So that's it. So now we can actually go back. Wait a second. Hold on, let me see if I'm not missing anything here inside the here. Let me check real fast. So here we have the product list, the filter, product list for each. We're doing that so that we can actually use that. Here we want to pass the search. So we want to do this cart service, and we want to do search, and then you want to subscribe. And we want to pass the value, type any. Just use the arrow function. And you want to do this search key equal to the value. Okay, cool. That is it for that. All right. So then, now that we have that, we can actually implement here the inside the ng container, we actually can do the ng4 like that. And let's do product list. Okay, just like that. And let's go ahead and pass item image. That's so we can get all the images. Let's go ahead and do that over here too. Cool. All right, cool. All right, let's go back to the application and see what we get. All right. All right, so we're getting all the items, and we're actually getting all the array here too. See, right here, the ID, all of that we're getting. Very sweet. All right, cool. The only things we, if we click here, it just reloads the page. It doesn't, yeah. So let's go ahead and add these. All right, so let's go over here. Let's go back up, 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 all the way to says select category over here. So we are going to create, let me see what we need to do over here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a function here. Let me see, this is for all products. We create a function, it's gonna be called click. And inside the click, we're gonna use filter like that, and it's gonna be empty. Next one I'm gonna use the same thing. It's gonna be a click. And here what we want to pass, it's gonna be, we want to filter, and we want to filter by electronics. Oh, what was that? Oh, somehow it deleted that. Yeah, let's see if the electronics is working. Let's see if the electronic is working. See how it changed the color? All right, so let's see if it works. Yeah, it's not working yet. Ah, that's right. It's not working yet because it's not working because I have still got to pass something error. So let's continue doing this. Let's pass the click event. And we want to use the filter. And here what we want to do is I'm going to pass fashion like that. And the very last one is going to be jewelry. Jewelry. All right, so here we want to pass the click event again. Oh, cool. Arrow. All right, so here we want to pass filter. And here we want to do is going to be jewelry. Jewelry, like that. Okay. So now, in order for that to work, we have to pass it inside here, inside the ng4. So you want to do is, instead of passing by product list, you want to filter by the category now. Filter category. And let's see if it works. Yeah, see that how it's working? Yeah, beautiful. Look at that. Electron. Oh, that didn't work. What did I just? The fashion work. Jewelry works. Fashion work. All right. I think I misspelled this here. All right, let's go back up. Click. Oh, I see why. It's supposed to be lowercase. Yeah, now it's working. All right, cool. So it's actually looking by electronics now. All right, cool. So next thing I want to do, let's implement the search. Let's go ahead. We're going to use the ng model here, over here. Let's go ahead and do the search. Here we want to do is we're going to do the ng model. I didn't auto-populate it. Well, no worries. I can do it manually. I don't need to. All right, cool. So here we want to do is we want to pass the search term. That's what the keyword search term. Okay, search term. And this is here we want to do is we want to use the key up function. And we want to use the search, and we want to pass an event. All right. Cool. That is that. Cool things. Let me see. Okay, image category. Oh, let's pass the the function add to the cart. So let's go ahead and do that. So we can start adding items to the cart. So we're going to pass another click event, and we want to pass add to cart. Okay. And we want to pass the item, of course. Okay, so we add it to the cart. So in order, every time you add it to the cart, in order to see it on the here on the navigation, we have to do something. So right now, if I add it to the cart, see, it adds it up. It creates a new item. See, it tells me that it will add it to the cart. But well, let's go ahead and display here on the cart. So we have to go back to the header. So let's go here to the header. Inside the header, we're going to have to go here inside the TS, and let's go ahead and implement that. So that way, automatically will add it up, whatever I'm clicking. So here, I am going to, let's go ahead and implement on it. And inside here, we're going to pass a constructor. And we want to do private. We want to do cart service. Cart service. Okay. Here, let's declare two public properties. So let's do total item, and this one's going to set up a 0. And then we want to do no, we're not going to pass the search inside the header. So here we want to do is ng on init, and here let's do this cart service, and let's do get products, and inside there we want to subscribe, and we want to grab the response. And here we want to do this total items is equal to the response, the length of the response, because we're just trying to get the length. Okay. So let's go back to the HTML here. So let me see. Okay, so here with the total items, we want to grab. We want to pass the total items here. So now. Okay, cool. So now if I add it to the cart, see, now it's adding to the cart. Perfect. Yeah, it's adding to the cart. Nice, very nice. Okay, cool. Since, yeah, so now let's go ahead and close this up real fast. And now we can actually go ahead and, yeah. So we got that, All right, so we got all the services. We got to work on the cart next, okay? So let's go ahead and do the search. Yeah, let's do the search. Let's do the search by title, and yeah, let me go back over here. All right. Let's go back over here to the product. Search by title. All right, so here, what I want to do is inside here where it says ng search. Okay, so hold on. What did I call this one? Okay, so here inside the inside the ng4, here what I want to do is I want to pass a pipe, which is going to be called the filter. Okay, and you want to do search, and it's going to be the search key, and you want to search it by title. Okay, so this here is highlighted red, and the reason why it's highlighted red is because we're going to have to use we're going to have to create a pipe. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's go ahead and stop the application, and let's go ahead and create a folder. So it's going to be, let's do ng generate, and this was going to be a pipe, and let's go ahead and call this one share. Yeah, share folder. And this one is going to be called, what did I call this one? Filter. That's what did I call it? Let me see. Yeah, filter. Filter, and then I want to skip the test. All right, let's do that. Let's go ahead and hit enter it. All right, so this is what I created. Okay, so here we're gonna have to do some we have to adjust some of these properties here. So for example, here we don't need the unknown. We're gonna have to make this one type any. Okay, so all right, so transform. We're gonna make it type any value, and let's go ahead and pass filter string, and this one let's make it to a string, whatever we're filtering, and let's use the prop name. Let's declare this property says prop name, and this one's going to be a string. Okay, that's that. Here we want to do constant result, so we're declaring a variable there, and this one let's make it type any, and that's going to be an empty array. That's going to be for the result. So now if no value of the filter string, it's equal to its empty string or prop name. It's equal to that, and then we want to return a value. Okay, so I misspelled this. Okay, so then here what do we want to do is we want to grab the value, whatever value is we want to do it for each, and we want to pass type any, and then here we want to do if a prop name, we want to use trim, and this one's going to be too lowercase, and want to do includes, and this one is going to be filter string to, this one is going to be too lowercase. So whatever you type it in, it's going to be converted to a lowercase, and you want to type, and you want to return, I'm sorry, you want to make the result, you want to push it and equal to 8. Then once you have that, you want to return it. You want to return the result. Okay. So that's that. See, now the error code went away. All right, let me hit ng serve. Okay. And let's see what we get. And then we'll start working on the card. We're almost finished. Let's make sure the ng serve. I'm sorry, make sure, let's look for the, make sure the search is working. And I rebuilt it again. All right, so let me see if it works. Sometimes the Angular can get stuck. Oh yeah, so now it's working. All right, see that the words I'm searching is looking for let me see, pants, jewelry. How about electronics? Yeah, so it's searching for the electronics. Just whatever word it starts with a EL. All right, cool. So we got the search, we can add it to the cart, we can select electronics, we can select fashion, we can do jewelry. So now the next thing we should do is we should work on the add to the cart. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So let me go ahead and copy the HTML real fast. Okay, so I got the CSS and I got the HTML backend. So I mean the new one for the cart. So let me go ahead and save this. Let me show you what I got. So it's just that It's just a table here, the items. Let me see. Let me show you what it looks like. All right, let me show you what it looks like real quick. So yeah, this is what it looks like. All right, so it doesn't have any, yeah, you can't do anything right now. So let's go ahead. First thing I want to do is I am going to go ahead and let's go ahead and add up the functionality, and let's go to the TS. Let's go ahead and implement that real fast. So let's go here. Here we want to go ahead and implement the on init. So let's go ahead and do that real fast. Let's go ahead and declare some properties here. This one is going to be products. And this one is going to be type any. Here, let's do public. This one is going to be grand total. Total. This is going to be a type, and then it's going to be a number. And let's start it up as 0. And let's do constructor. Here's going to be a private. And let's go ahead and bring the car service. Or service like that. Okay, here, let's go ahead and do the ng on init. Okay, so here we want to do is this car service, and you want to do get products. And of course, you want to subscribe. So we can access it, subscribe, and then you want to do the response. And this one is going to be this products. This products, you want to make equal to the response. So whatever response, you make it equal to these products here. Okay. So now, also we want to do is we want to pass the grand totals. And this one is going to be this car service. And it's going to be, you want to get the total prices. Okay. All right. So that's that. And then you want to create another function here. It's going to be, this is to remove one single item. And this one is going to be type any, and this is going to be this car service, and you want to remove car item, and you want to pass the item here in order to remove it. Then if you want to empty the car, want to do empty car, this is to remove everything, and you want to do this car service, and you want to remove it all from the car. And that's it from that. Okay. And now we can actually go to the HTML and implement some stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, so first thing I want to do is let's go all the way to the top. And inside here, let's get rid of this as cart works. Let's get rid of that. And here, what I want to do is I want to do a ngF. Let's pass a ngF, and then here, let's do products. And you want to pass the length. And you want to make, if it's not equal to 0, then you show it. Okay. And here you want to do the ng4, so we can get the items. ng4 like that, and then it's going to be items, and this is going to be products. And you want to also declare a variable I, and this one you want to make it equal to the index. So now we can actually pass it through here. The image, one for the image, one for the description. All right, cool, that's that. And then we have that, we can actually go inside the, down here. Oh, let's do the grand total. Okay, so here we don't want to show this one. All right, so this one I want to do ngIf. So we want to show products. We'll make that to the link. And we want to make that if it's equal to 0. Oh, crap. Sorry about that. So this one is supposed to be ng over here, ng container. All right, cool. Oh, not 2. We need only 1 right here. All right. Okay, it looks like I have a boo-boo. Go back over here. Ah, I misspelled that. Let's see what we got now. All right, cool. So now that's that. That's empty. All right, let's go ahead and hit shop again. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have the link. Yeah, that's what it is. So I got to put down router link. And let's go back over here to the. All right, so let me hold back to shopping. And let's go ahead and add up items. Cool, that's working. Beautiful. Okay. So now we just have the only thing we got left to do is we have to implement this delete. So we already got that. So let's go ahead and do that real fast. So let's go ahead and implement the empty the cart right here. Let's go ahead and do the click event. And this one, let's make it equal to empty, what did I call it? Empty cart. All right, that's to enter the cart. And let's do, what else I had? Let me see, empty the cart. Click. Oh, we have the remove by item. Okay, so we have to remove here. So right here, this button right here, we gotta implement. This is where it's gonna be. We're gonna be removing it, the single item. So this one here is gonna be just a single item. So let's go ahead and test it again. Let's go back to the shop. And let's go back to, it says add to the car, add to the car, add to the car, add to the car. Go ahead and hit car. So if we hit delete and we hit delete, yeah, that's now let's go ahead and delete everything. Yeah, now it's working. All right, cool beans. All right. That's it, guys. This is it. Oh, lordy. Yeah, that's amazing. So let's make sure this is working. Yeah, that's working. Fashion is working. Yeah, everything that's in fashion. Let's hit all products. Yeah, that's all the products. That's jewelry. Yeah, so and then let's hit all products. Oh, it froze. Okay, why? Why is not working now? Let me see what happened there. Let me hit that. Let's go back over there and figure out why it's not working. So that was inside the products. Maybe I misspelled this. Filter. Yeah, you see, guys, what I did there? I forgot to put that click inside those little curvy things. Angular is smart enough to know. See, that's cool. So let's do it again. Let's test it. Yeah, see, now it's working. Yeah, now it's working. So take a look. Jewelry, fashion, electronics, all products. All right, guys, this is it. All right. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys liked the video, and hopefully you guys stay tuned for more videos. Hopefully you guys can subscribe and follow for more videos, and stay tuned for the next video. Be working with the back end, and I'm gonna thinking about doing something with the ASP.NET Core on the back end, doing an API, and something with JavaScript to call an API. A little practice, a little practice. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys like the video, and go ahead and share it. If you have any comments, leave it on the bottom of the video. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.